Hello and welcome. I was going to live stream yesterday, but yeah, as you can tell, I was up until early hours trying to edit and upload. It took ages yesterday. Upload the unboxing and the rulebook first look videos. But I'm here and I'm live streaming now. And what we'll try and do in this live stream is actually put together and build both the Centurion and the Saturnine Praetor. So I'm just going to crack on, really, with this. So Centurion shouldn't take too long. It's in this nice little booklet that we get. As always, you know, don't be shy. Put in the comments, you know, what you're working on. If you are working on anything, maybe you've built the entire set already. Maybe you got it early. Maybe you got it yesterday. I don't know. But we're going to work on it now. Right. So quite a few parts for the Saturnine Praetor. But he does have some options. So yeah, some new Space Marines to build. It's been a while. This Centurion does have 2 head options, which is quite nice. Speaking of which, here is part of the head, and then here is the other part. Yeah. So 1, 2, and 3. Three and 1. Putting those together first. And then the legs are in like 3 pieces each. Oh, nearly fell off. 8, 7, and 6. Oh, one of the legs is only in 2 pieces actually. Alright, so this is part of the gun. So he has a combi melter. Yeah, I won't be unscrewing, clipping off the sprue, the Saturnine Praetor and Saturnine armor. There's just too many parts there. Oh, not like this one. This one's not too bad, is he? So 22 on one side, 25 on the other. I think we can work out where these two go. 20 on one side, 21 on the other, and then we're just left with piece 18, which is kind of like a yeah, it goes near the van brace for the right side, which is where that power maul will be. So that's all the pieces off the sprue. Looks to be 31. Just reading off of here, quite a decent number of parts really. You haven't seen a single Mark II painting video on YouTube yet? Interesting, interesting. Okay. I mean, the set did come out yesterday. Maybe people are just building the other units and things. So maybe people want to build like 10 Mark II Space Marines, and they probably would have had time to do that from yesterday. I'd say I think you could build 10 yesterday at some point. Thing is, if I was going to do a painting guide or a painting video of the Mark IIs, it'd just be black anyway. It'd just be Dark Angels. But yeah, like, I mean, Mark III works. Mark III works well for Dark Angels. Well, the old Mark III does. I'd probably say these Mark II might work well for Dark Angels. Definitely the sort of ribs and the plating on them, which the new Mark IIIs don't really have on the front. Yeah, I think the helmets would work well with Dark Angels. Oh, no worries, Artie. Nice to see you again. Hope you're well. What are you gaming at the moment? I like to have things playing in the background when I hobby, or yeah, that's true. Even when I game as well, especially if it's like a multiplayer game or something. Or it's not like a really heavy story-driven game. I like to have things in the background. Yeah, I don't think the reception for this box set has been massive, really, compared to the OG when that released 3 years ago. Can't believe it's been 3 years. But yeah, I'll try and live stream as much as I can today. The main plan really is to build both the Praetors, so that I can give you a review of the Centurion tomorrow. The only downside being is I don't have the book. so that might delay it a little bit, because you don't get the full rules of these units in the in this supplement. I don't think you did in the OG box, really. So and again, the thing is, I might just use the old rules, the old data sheet. The Centurion rules are in there anyway, and I don't think there's some new things I might talk about. Like you've got the Centurion. I'll go and get the old rules in a second, actually. Lost my train of thought now. You grinding Helldivers? Oh, nice. Abiotic factor. Oh, that sounds cool. Hey, hi Greg, how you doing? Not spoken to you for a while. What are you up to right now? Are you hobbying also? I haven't done any video game live streams for a while either. I will once the next update for Space Marine 2 comes out. Oh, thank you, Vasilios. Andrianidis. Hello, Darren. How you doing? How's Ireland? Good to see you here. I think it is cool when people put where they're from. I mean, even if you just like put your country or something, that's quite cool. This is the head that I'm not going to use. You could probably use it on another Space Marine. Definitely, well, Iron Hands looking with the kind of grill and things. So, yeah, that's just going to stay over there. Probably not going to use that. I don't get me wrong. I think that head suits this Centurion more than the helmeted one, but I'm going to use the helmeted one. You get like 4 different head options for the Saturnine, which is welcome. It's a bit tricky to clean up that normal head. Yeah, these are just way better Praetors. Well, I say Praetors. The HQ units that this Centurion and Praetor are just way better than we got in the first OG box set, in my opinion. The first two were very samey. Billy, okay. I'll just call you Billy then. is good. Thank you, Craig. Appreciate that. 4.5 years. Wow. Yeah, it's strange that out of those 4.5 years, like 3 of those years, it's been 3 years since Horus Heresy came out in plastic. And after 3 years, we're finally getting a plastic fell blade. I'm hoping 6 o'clock today they announce it. I'm hoping. It would be cool, but it might be that kill team. But I hope it is the fell blade. You're working and painting on a high tyrant. Cool. The sound is off. What? Oh, sorry about that. I don't know. I can't control it at all. I'm just using the normal sound. Should be okay. But thank you for telling me. Oh, now it's okay. Okay, that's just a YouTube thing, probably. Like, I haven't done anything. I haven't messed around with any settings. I can put the wired mic in, which would improve my voice quality, but yeah, it's just the omnidirectional mic at the moment. Toby, you've been away from Games Workshop for almost 15 years. This is the first release that's tempted you back. What? So not even the one 3 years ago didn't tempt you back? That is strange. So what is it about this release that has tempted you back then? If there's like one part of it or one model. Right, that's all those kind of cleaned up. Yeah, I guess so. But like with Bandai, for me, like we can't. I don't know where it is where you are, but we can't throw away. Like if I was to get Gunpla or whatever, I wouldn't be able to put that the used up sprue, the excess sprue in my recycle bin. I'd have to just put it in the normal waste, and I don't think they have like anywhere near here, at least, where I can just deposit the sprue. Whereas at least Games Workshop, you know, well for me it's like a 2-hour round trip, but I can at least take my sprues directly to the store, and you have been for a number of years now. I don't know what Games Workshop will do with the used sprues. I don't think they can melt it all down and then use it again. I don't think it's that kind of deal. But it's a good thing because at least they get rid of it in a better way, you'd hope. But then you have to factor in, it's kind of like the 2 hours of petrol, and you know, and then your time as well. It's all those kind of things. It's like, are you damaging more in the environment and the planet and things by driving a long distance to take your used sprues? I guess it depends on how many sprues. You know, and then there's the storage as well. I don't really have a lot of room to store the used sprues. But the argument there would be, well, if you've got a backlog, you've already made up that storage for the sprues. Yeah, that's a good point. You were seeing a note on the Centurion's cloak that the stated build order makes it awkward. Okay, thank you for that. It's plenty. I appreciate that. What a legend. I like little hints and tips like that will help me out. Probably still make a mistake, you know me by now. But yeah, we'll keep an eye out on that cloak. Hello, Scott. G'day. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. How are you? How's your winter going? Is it wet? Or oh, the Saturnine designs pulled you back. Oh, okay. Okay. What with the big old shoulder pauldrons and things? Yeah. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? It's nice when companies kind of bring back a retro, like a retro remaster, in a way. That seems to be the theme of a lot of companies these days. You know, whether it's sneakers, we see a lot of that at the moment, where they're bringing back retros, but in, you know, arguably nicer materials. We see it in video games all the time with remasters. I mean, how many versions of Oblivion are there out there? Let's face it. Not Oblivion, Skyrim, sorry. You know, we see a lot of that these days. Remastered retros. And this is kind of a thing as well. You know, we have the old Saturnine Terminators. I don't think we ever had like a Dreadnought though. It's a shame it's just 3 units though. You know, the Terminators, the Dreadnought, which there'll be a second variant coming out at some point, and the Praetor. I don't know what else they could have made though. Like a Deredio? No. Close combat variant? That would be possible, wouldn't it? We already have the Telemont there ready for its size comparison. Telemont's on a larger base, I think. But yeah, let me know, please, in the comments, guys, whether you'd like me to pick up the books, you know, the Liber Astartes books and the Mechanicum book and the Solar Auxilia. I mean, they're pretty expensive. They're like £37, 40 quid each or whatever. But I don't know. I mean, the thing is, if I did pick them up, I probably would re-review some of the Horus Heresy units in the new rules. But if I don't pick them up, then I'm kind of scuppered for all of these minis. Well, not so much the Mark II, but I'm scuppered for. I'll go get the Centurion review rules in a moment, but definitely the quad, the Arachne turret, the Dreadnought, the Terminators. You know, the different war gear, because it's not really covered in these rules. These are really basic rules. It's literally just that. For those, you've got the Terminators, which they only give you rules for the cannons and the Saturnine fists. So no rules if you want to equip them with the disintegrators. yeah, they just give you rules for that. So they don't even give you the rules for the Arachne cannon or the Dreadnought, which is, yeah, really quite annoying. And that's the unit. Look, two sets of Terminators against and the Praetor against 20 Mark II Marines. So yeah, kind of means I'm probably going to have to get at least the Loyalist book. But yeah, let me know if you'd like to see them, and if the general consensus is popular, then I'll try and give you first looks this week. Yeah, it's 126 on Wayland. I'm not sure how long you have to wait though. That's the only thing. I've bought things from Wayland Games before, and they don't actually have them in stock. You got to be a bit careful. I've come a cropper with that before. So yeah, I'd just be wary that, yeah, it's a good deal because it's like 35% off, but they might not actually have them. So yeah, don't be too disheartened if you're having to wait a while. Or you could just get them from Element Games. Get double crystals, support the channel as well. I don't know who you are that is buying things from Element, but thank you so much. It has gone noticed, and that goes towards like a fell blade or something, or you know. Okay, so you don't actually have to glue these bits on, but I have. It's quite cool. I think Firestorm as well. Firestorm Games. I think it's 126 there. I might be wrong, but yeah. You have a full Blood Angel chapter painted and done with this, and done. Yeah, the moment you said chapter, that's screaming 40k. When you say chapter, so basically you've got a 40k army. Will be good for adding some flair to the first company. For Blood Angels, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure whether kind of Saturnine Dreadnought Terminators are best suited for Blood Angels. I'd probably say not, but hey, you know, it's more red and gold, I guess. Currently no rules for 40k, but if you like the look of them, why not? I mean, you know. If you're going for like a looks thing. That's a bizarre, I mean, to me that seems like his arm shouldn't be, yeah, it should be down there. Okay. And how does this go on? so. Try and get that as central as I possibly can. We'll give up on the arm for a moment and we'll just clean up a few of the other parts. Oh, sorry. You're talking about books. Apologies. The book is £28. Okay. £28, is that including shipping? What would you like though? I know you said rather gotten anything, but what would you rather have? Like more, obviously not more batteries, maybe oh, you say battery as in the Arachne thing. Clearly not the sentry guns. The rapiers? Would you have the rapiers instead of the dreadnought? Or would you have another Land Raider? I mean, putting the Fellblade in there is just out of the question, isn't it? You know, it's kind of like almost the price of the box set, probably. Yeah, I hope so. No, it won't come with that. No, it will do eventually, and I think the Falchion as well. I think they'll have they'll definitely have a sprue with the Volkite weapon on. Is it the Falconet? I can't remember. Or is the Falconet the Deredio one? Is it the Carronade? Volkite Carronade? I just get so confused with the Volkite weapons. The names of them, at least. Okay, £258. Yeah, so you're paying like an extra sort of 60 quid. Yeah, that's a fair bit. But if you're going to get all of those things separately, I still think it would cost more. Right, that's the head sort of done. Could run them in Centurions. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, that's a good call. Well, their heights, their height though, are they as thick? I'm thinking Centurions. I'll do size comparisons. Don't worry. But I'm thinking maybe Centurions are shorter, but wider than these Terminators. But we'll find out. I know where the Centurions are. Oh, that's good then. That is really good. £28 for the Liber book with free delivery Royal Mail. I'll have to have a look at that. Yeah, I thought that you had to have a minimum spend. That's all. Maybe you don't have to have a minimum spend. I thought it was a minute. Like I know Element do a minimum spend of what, like £70 or £80 or so. I think it's 80, which isn't hard to get to, is it? With Warhammer. Yeah, I think I should get at least the Loyalist Astartes book. just for the new units, really. Yeah, that is hard to resist, Trozen. Yeah, don't blame you. They are taller. Okay. Yes, it is 50 figures in the box, I think. You got 40 Space Marines, the Praetor and Centurion, that's 42. The Dreadnought, 43. 6 Terminators, 47, and then the platform. No, six Terminators, 49. Then the platform is 50. Yeah. I'm just building the Centurion at the moment, which has way more parts than I expected him to have. 30. The only option he has though is the head. You've got a helmeted head or a helmetless head. Okay, so Oat said that the cape thing was a bit tricky to sort out. Yeah, I can see why. That's a bit not really flush, is it? So they kind of put it on after the arms and the shoulder pauldron and things. Okay. Yeah, I can see why that would be tricky. Maybe put it on the shoulder pauldrons first and then put the whole shoulder pauldrons on. Yeah, we've only got a few more pieces to clean up. Literally 4. But I don't know whether I can drill a hole in the melter, but maybe not the bolter barrel. I will have to stop and grab some food a little bit later on. Should have eaten before the stream, actually. But I'll end the stream and then I'll grab some food and then start it back up. Yeah, I wonder if I can drill a hole in this. Oh, yes, okay. Oh, minimum spend 20. Oh, that's good then. Oh, okay, Holly, that's good. Thank you for that. I was order number 3. Basically let me get them on credit while my PayPal was. Oh, that's really cool. That's a nice nice story though. Yeah, I bought from Wayland a long time ago. Can't remember what I bought. Some old Space Marines. Like, we're talking like over 10 years ago. I'm sure they've been around for many years. I think this is my smallest drill bit. I think it's like a 1. I need a 0.5. Have to search on Amazon for a 0.5. some way to get list. Yeah, I understand why they're selling them at like cost price. You know, they're big heavy boxes at the end of the day, and they do take up a lot of room. And yeah, even if they bought them off GW for like under 100 quid, it's still a little bit of profit, isn't it? I think Games Workshop are really trying to move everyone away from that, away from third parties, have the monopoly. It's yeah, it's a tricky balance for them, because on the one hand they would get more money, more profit per item. However, there's many negatives, such as the warehouse space. You know, I'm not saying it's considerable, but if you factor in all of the model shops and third party sellers that have warehouses and all those kind of things, it must add up a fair bit. And that's space that GW would have to then use and pay for. Also distribution, there would be more traffic flow from GW's warehouses and the cost of all of that. Whereas if it's third party and third parties only have to do it, then there's the fact that you can have these products in brick and mortar stores for those companies, for third party sellers. Who have their own costs, taxes to pay and things like that. But yeah. It's already begun though. There's been a few releases, even at a discount, where I thought, oh, the zombie dragon, you know, for Soul Black Gravelords, that was one such release. Even with a discount, I thought, oh, that's a bit much. Dreadnoughts, dreadnoughts, drop pods, even drop pods. Definitely another example. 40 quid, 20 quid each. Oh, let me just read some more of your comments. I heard it wants you to put on the power pack first, yes, in the instructions, but then the cloak won't fit easily. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that, Oates. Thanks for taking the time to write that. Yeah, we won't put the power plant on. Speaking of which, this is the last piece for us to do. So we'll put the arms on, we'll glue the cloak, and then we'll have a little go on trying to put the cloak and the power plant on at sort of different times, so it's smooth. But yeah, I appreciate you all being here. I hope you've enjoyed all the content. There's lots of Horus Heresy content coming to the channel over the next couple months. let's start putting this Centurion together. Right, so we won't put the power plant on first. Let's just work this cloak outfit straight away. It looks like there's something that goes on the back of there, which will be the mace. This power maul, which we haven't. It wasn't the last piece. I missed this one, which there are some more lines. What's my favourite Space Marine armour? Definitely Mark III. I really do like Mark III iron armour. That's my favourite. Not the new Mark III though, the old Mark III. Because it actually looks like a suit of armour, especially for Dark Angels. Mark II is cool, especially in like the Crusade setting. I'd love to see the Great Crusade. I'd like to see them do that. So instead of it being Horus Heresy, I think the next one, I don't know whether they will just invent a new sort of game system and call it the Scouring. I don't know whether there's enough to do that. They're definitely, I mean, that's the next novel series at least. So they are building up to that. New characters in the Scouring as well. So there's scope there for new minis. Maybe new units. Don't know. But yeah, after the Scouring, maybe have the Great Crusade, because now that we've got Mark II, we could just have variations of that. I mean, the Centurion is in Mark II, isn't he? So and then the box set for the Great Crusade definitely have Mark II Space Marines and some different units, but also have orcs. And then later on release a couple of different alien factions. And then you've got scope for building dioramas, and there's just so much that they can draw upon with the Great Crusade, and different races and different planets, and different looking armies that still use STCs, and yeah, that's where I'd like to see it go after the Scouring though. Right, so let's pop his arm on. I think in the trailer his combi weapon gets disintegrated, doesn't it? Hey, Captain Kanda. Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you for the nice comment. Appreciate that. Thank you. As I say, you know, if my videos can help just one person, then yeah, it's all been worth it. So appreciate that, taking the time to say that. Now they say don't put that maul on yet. They actually say put the cloak on first. But the thing is, I'm gonna put the shoulder pauldrons on right now. The shoulder pauldrons, I don't know, this is the first time we've seen it, but there's plugs and it's a plug and socket outfit going on here. And then the cloak just goes on like that, maybe? I don't like how wobbly that is, though. Thing is, it needs to go on. See, so the maul needs to be part of this cloak piece. Don't like it when they do that with the with cloaks. You know, where they have a bit of a cutout for a weapon on a cloak. It's a bit... And then you're saying that the... Yeah, see, I can't put the power plant on now. No, I think that's a bit of a miss. Yeah, there's no way you can put the power plant on after the cloak. Okay. What we'll do is we'll just shimmy that in. Yeah, that's that is tight though. The way they've modelled that. Yeah, it's not the best, is it? The tolerances just aren't there. Because you can have a power plant that is well, a bit far back from the Space Marine. Yeah, not the best. I wonder. No, that needs to be on the outside as well. Definitely see what you mean about this. Definitely. Yeah, it doesn't really go on very well. Like if we move this side up, then the other side sort of suffers. Yeah, I can certainly see what you mean. You can't brute force it either. Too many, too many parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's like 6 different parts here that need to be all lined up correctly. Otherwise, that cape just doesn't work. Yeah, they messed that up. Why have they made it so complicated? They didn't need to make it this complicated. They really didn't. Okay, well that will go on quite well. But I'm just more interested in this other side. Yeah, that won't actually properly fit. Yeah, it's a tricky one. Yeah, it's I see what it is. It's they haven't cut out properly the power plant there. Because when you push that forward, that puts more pressure on this arm, which is already on a plug and socket itself. So the arm sits really low. Too low, I think. Because yeah, that power plant needs to be there. And it just won't be because of the design of that arm. Yeah. Or just hold it and wait and see. Yours would be Mark 7. So your standard sort of Space Marine armor, okay. Followed by Mark 3, okay, interesting. In one box, you had 7 sprues of disintegrate weapons. Well, what were you missing? Because there's no way they could have fit any more sprues in that box. Second, you had 4 Sergeant upgrade sprues, and other had none. That's really bizarre. Yeah. I like the both. I like you get a mix of Mark II and the old Mark III. Yeah, that would be good. Mark IV seems overshadowed. You really like it. I like Mark IV, don't get me wrong, but it's just really small now. Like it was smaller than Mark III before, but now, if we're comparing Mark III and Mark IV, like it's worse than comparing Primaris to a standard Space Marine. It actually is. So they need to bump these up. Hopefully that'll be the next set. It could be Heresy armor though. Mark V. I'm leaning for it to be more Mark V though than Mark II, but you never know. You never know. So, as you can see, already the issue is that these have a set spot. So there's like 10 parts that all need to fit, and they just don't because there's going to be gaps. So this cape has to go all the way up and in to connect with these two kind of, I don't know what you call them, but it has to connect there. And I can see that there's going to be a gap there, no matter how much I kind of force this in. Yeah, that gap's going to be quite annoying. You can't kind of force it. I suppose you could pull that across a little bit, maybe. Yeah, there's just too many parts going against each other on this particular area, including his his power, because this cape has to be so far up with that pauldron. It then now means that his mace, his power maul, is at a odd angle, because that has to be at that angle, but his arm isn't, and it's all plug and socket. So you're going to get gaps either there or there. This side's not too bad. But yeah, such a dumb design. Whoever thought of this? It really is stupid. It's the thing, you're getting better Praetor, well, a better Praetor. This is Centurion. You're getting a better looking Centurion and Praetor than the previous set, but this one is an absolute pain. With a bit of manipulation, we're almost there. But that will need a fair bit of filing when it's finished. Oh dear. What do I do there? Okay. I have to leave that as it is. Put his head on, which looks fine. Put these van braces on. Which way do they go? Doesn't really say, but I'm thinking they go on this way. They're cool, they're a nice touch. I'm just not a big fan of the hollow ones. There we go. And then we've got these two. I mean, these are optional, you don't have to put these on, but I will. And they go from big to small. There's even like a need to put that all the way up at the top of those. Okay. We can do that. We can do that. You should do a scale comparison of all the marks after you got a Mark II ready. Yeah, I will do. Yeah. Oh, like all right. Yeah, that's a good idea to do a video. Yeah. All marks of armor compared. Yeah, I'm up for doing that. He does have a fair bit of bling, doesn't he, this one? Okay, where does this... It's another... They do like... Recently, they've enjoyed the old servitors that are just attached to things. They have, yeah. I have no idea where that would clip onto. I mean, looking at it, it seems like it would go like right there. But there's only one contact point. If you're just getting into Warhammer Horus Heresy, this is actually quite a tough model. Seriously. Let me just read some more comments. You notice you're using cement and you're using cement and also the Revell plastic glue. When would you use the two? What circumstances? Well, the Revell stuff I'll use for normally tanks, and the only reason I'm using the Revell instead of the Games Workshop Citadel glue is because I think I've run out of it, or it's got clogged, or I don't know. So, but normally I'd use this for tanks. The cement I'll use for smaller things and joining the plastic. The Revell, you can't really join the plastic. It's the nozzle and the glue is just too thick. Also smoothing out plastic as well, because it kind of melts it. So I'd use it then. Yeah, I mean, that's the best I can possibly hope for. The pictures aren't really the best of this one, showing you where to glue and where everything kind of connects. It's not the best one. Oh, that's just not staying, is it? I think that's fine. I'd like it to be a bit more kind of upright. This is on it. Honestly, these need more contact points. You're giving us plugs and sockets, Games Workshop, for flat areas like the arms and the pauldrons, but you don't give us any contact for this servitor. They are trolling. They are actually trolling right now. We need a plug and socket, not just a tiny little cutout for this wiry servitor. Right. Still, I think it needs to be more upright. See, they show the servitor further back. It can't be further back though. think we're going to have to leave it like that. It's quite upright. It's looking at the same position as the Centurion. I think we'll leave him as he is. Okay, so that's the Centurion. Yeah, I still prefer my Forge World Centurion. This one, I still prefer him. Size-wise, new one is bigger. But he just looks very fancy. He looks like a Praetor, or he could be a Praetor. There's so much detail and things on. He looks almost as fancy as like some of the Forge World resin ones. He wouldn't look out of place in the previous box set. The OG Age of Darkness one. I just don't get this cable as well, because the Servitor's not really connected anywhere. They say to connect it onto the cloak as well, but there isn't like a place to do that. And if you did connect it to the cloak, the Servitor would be off. All right, well, that took me longer than I expected, that Centurion. So yeah, anyway, that's the Centurion done. Right, well, it's not done because I've got to put the this on, the banner. So we'll just, luckily though, there is a decent place to fix the banner. See, why can't it just be as sort of simple as that? It took like 2 seconds. Will you be getting the Space Force Army set box? What, the one that was released like a month ago? No. I'll happily unbox it and review it if someone wants to buy me it. Then yeah, of course. But no, I'm not gonna just get it. That's been and gone, unfortunately. That's had its time. It'd be too late for me to unbox and review that. I'd love it though, don't get me wrong. I mean, that and the all the new Space Wolves I would have loved to have unboxed and reviewed for you, but no. You have to make choices, and I've chosen the Horus Heresy stuff. So yes, yeah, good point, Trayton. Yeah. You're on the fence about buying one of the new Grey Knight box sets. You don't have any yet. I'm worried about the scale. Are they really tiny compared to Primaris or other Firstborn minis? They're not really tiny compared to Firstborn. They'll be the same size. I haven't done any Grey Knight reviews for a while, but they will be this different. So if you're going to get Grey Knights and you just have a Grey Knight army, that will be fine because everything will be kind of in scale, except for Castellan Crow, but he's on a bit of a tactical rock, so, you know. However, if you've got Grey Knights and then you're going to have some Space Marines as well with them, then yeah, they are going to look small. Haven't missed anything, Revan. I've just built the Centurion. Absolute pain to build. But now I'm on the Saturnine Praetor. And this thing is going to be huge. I want to see how big he is compared to like a Primarch. Should we get the largest Primarch I own? Lorgar. Wait a minute. Oh, okay, no, that's still okay. That's still fine. Lorgar's still bigger than a Centurion. That's okay. but yeah, we will compare Lorgar to this Saturnine Praetor, which is a good three big pages worth of pieces. A lot of pieces for this one. Right, let's get cracking. 40 and 39. 40 and 39. I'm just totally unfamiliar with this sprue. That's 32. There it is. So it's my first ever Saturnine Dreadnought in a way. 43 and 41. Afternoon, Flo. How you doing? You quickly snatched yourself some of the Deathwatch veterans before they removed them, and their size isn't that much more. This is true. Yeah, Max. I've always been a big fan of the Deathwatch minis. They're kind of like the biggest Mark 7, Mark 8 power armored Space Marines before the Primaris and things. So yeah, that's a good shout out. If you want the largest possible firstborn, I think Space Marine 2 did it well with the Deathwatch at the start. It's not really a spoiler. Game's been out almost a year, but yeah, the size, the Deathwatch in that game, they didn't look small, did they? So they did that well. 32, 33. It's like building a dreadnought, this thing. Right, 35, 37, 38. Right, we're just going to build these leg bits before I get overwhelmed. But I will take this hammer. I'm going to be building mine with the hammer, even though, which is really annoying, in this little booklet, it doesn't give you the rules for the hammer. It just gives you the rules for the blade. This huge blade, which is taller than Lorgar. It's absolutely huge. No, it's not as tall as a dreadnought. Oh, is it though? It's almost a dreadnought-sized weapon. It's a monster. Let's just snip it off the sprue. I like the fact that you get a plasma blaster. They're overlooked. But I still would have liked to have seen some different kind of weapon, like some disintegrator weapon, for either of the two. There's a big emphasis on disintegrator everything, on your Terminators, on your Dreadnought, on your Mark II, you know, with the Legionaries. Why can't they have disintegrator weapons on this Centurion and the... yeah, but these are the... I'm missing the plate of the hammer, but look at the size of those weapons. That axe is absolutely insane. It's one of the largest melee weapons I've seen for a Space Marine. Look at the size of it. It's taller than the Centurion with his banner. It's taller than Lorgar. That's insane. Is it taller than the big boy? Okay, I'll give it to Magnus, right? Magnus with the horns. It's taller than Magnus. Yeah. I think it's taller than Magnus. This axe. That's... How big is this axe then? Are we talking like 11 foot tall? 11 or 12 feet? What a weapon. What an absolute weapon. Thanks, Flo. Appreciate that. You could have been fooled if I told you it was Ross's axe. Yeah, what a huge axe. That's insane, isn't it? Look at that axe. Can I put it on? Here you go, Lorgar. Oops. Let's do this properly. There you go, Lorgar. Daddy loves you. Warhammer 30,000. Yep. Devastator Dreadnought and Assault Dreadnought. Yeah. Lorgar beat Khorne's favourite Bloodthirster. Yep. Who is the worst in close combat? Like, honestly. I mean, I don't think any of them are really, like, bad. Just some of them are ridiculous. I'm talking from, like, a lore aspect, not a rules aspect. Hey, Maxim. Hey, how you doing? Glad you're able to watch this live stream without doing an age verification. For now. Lorgar's the worst one. But yet, as Trazyn just said, Lorgar beat the best Bloodthirster. So does that mean that Bloodthirsters are really, really bad? Or does that just mean that Primarchs are just incredible base? Curs, Omega and Alfarius. Oh yeah, that's yeah. But Alfarius is pretty decent with the old sniper rifle, I'll tell you that. Sadly Sanguinius. What, sadly Sanguinius is in he's the worst? Oh dear. Manus? I reckon Manus could kind of like block a lot of attacks just with his bare hands. He probably made most of the weapons anyway that the Primarchs use. He loves gifting them weapons, doesn't he? So good seeing quite a few of you on. I don't normally live stream on a Sunday. Usually working. So it's nice to get some time off and spend it with you all in this brand new box set. Pro tip, don't build Centurion first. Build the Arachne quad accelerator cannon thing. You'll probably have more fun. Or build the Dreadnought first. That's a nice project. Oh, I want to know how much that's going to be when it comes out. How much are Leviathans? Like £60 or so? I think it'll be 60. Yeah, looking forward to the Fellblade. I reckon Fellblade 120, maybe even 130. I will get 2, but I'll just get 1 for now. See how that goes. Oh yeah, I remember the Maggot Men, yeah. Yeah, they gave me the heebie-jeebies, they did. Oh. Didn't he have his Terminator squad with him as well? From what I can remember, briefly. I really enjoyed that novel. That was a very, very good book. Definitely recommend it. But yet again, we've got the second coming, or the third edition of Heresy, whichever you'd like to call it. But there's the second coming in the past 3 years of Horus Heresy, and we still don't have all the Primarchs novels available, which is such a disappointment. They need to sort that out. It's a shame that Black Library have kind of made a lot of their novels like limited time release and things like that. It sucks. There was a time when they'd release a novel and things and it'd be out for years and years and years. You'd have access to it for a long time. But it's almost, it feels like it's gone the way of audiobooks or digital content, like quite quick. Oh, it's here, it's available, you consume it, then it's gone. Well, I'd buy them. I'd buy all the Primark novels. I do own a few of them, but will we ever get a Horace one? You're currently working to pay for the age verification on this. Oh, wow. Well, in a way, you probably are right, because you might need a passport, and not everyone has a passport, and you have to pay for a passport. So you're not wrong. You probably could be paying for age verification. But the good news is, Maxim, it will work on other things other than this live stream. So it does have multi-usage. Right. So these seem to be quite straightforward. If I can. If I can put this on there, maybe? Oh, right, yeah, it goes in that gap. Oh, that's cool. Oh, yeah, I like that. That's already, this Praetor is more fun than the Centurion. In a way, I'm glad I built the Centurion first. Get the potentially worst model out of the way with. Don't get me wrong, it's not worst model in terms of its looks. It's just the build. Oh, I thought you could pose the his heel then, but you can't. Okay, right. So then we put this in here. Put his little foot in. E, and then this just goes in like so. Oh, okay. So his knee is kind of bent a little bit. What's my favorite 40k book? Oh man, that is a really, really good question, and I've read more 40k novels than more 40k novels than Horus Heresy. Yeah, probably. I like, the thing is, I like Eisenhorn. But I got the anthology, so I got the whole 3 books in one, and I read the whole thing, and yeah, just Dan Abnett's writing style in that was fantastic. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one. I liked Luther. I liked the Lion. The Lion was good. Alfarius was definitely an incredible book. Ravner. I did enjoy Ravner a fair bit. A couple of the Siege of Terror books were quite good. Oh, Fury of Magnus. Like, I like Fury of Magnus because of its length. Like, it doesn't overstay its welcome. And I don't know what it is, but I just my imagination worked really well in that book. There are some bits in there that, yeah, I can still remember quite vividly. Yeah, Fury of Magnus is probably one of my favourite Siege of Terror books, actually. Hell's Reach, yeah, it's good. Sigismund, only because I like Sigismund, that's the thing. And I find him a very interesting character. And I did want to know more about him, about how OP he really is, and he is very OP. I wish there was a book about what's the Dark Angels dude? Not the Lion, the other dude. Forgotten. You found 4 Primark books in a charity shop. Wow. I'd be like, here's my money if I found that. Flo, thank you. Absolute legend. I appreciate that. Are you a fan of the new disintegrator weapons for the Alfarius question? Yes. Okay. I am a fan of them. I've got some rules for them as well. Games Workshop are kind enough to give you some rules. I'm going to sneeze, sorry. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, disintegrator. So we've got heavy disintegrator, 24-inch range. FP, honestly. Firepower. Like, why can't they just have attacks or S for shots, or, you know, and then you've got like range strength? I mean, whatever. But FP, so number of shots 2, strength is 7, AP 2, damage 2. That's just amazing. Disintegrator, shorter range, half the range, but the same stat line. You know, you've got 2 shots, you still get your strength 7, you still got your AP 2 and your damage 2. Yeah, disintegrators, and a disintegrator is an assault weapon as well. Yeah, I am a fan of those. Kind of like plasma, but is there an actual plasma gun? I'd like to. It's kind of like plasma, but with more shots and a better strength. So yeah. I'm surprised they didn't make them like one-shot weapons or something. Yeah, the armor penetration is just. Yeah, I can see why different universe, but I can see why Vader was like, yeah, no disintegrations. Oh, interesting. So this foot goes in, but there isn't an actual plug and socket for this. It just goes in freely. So that's going to be a nightmare when it comes to, yeah, posing that leg. Oh well, that's the 2 legs done. No fewer than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces per leg so far. We're up to. Now they want us to work on one of the arms. Okay, 50, 54, 55. That's 55 at least. 54. 58 and 57. Has he got like a double fist? 56. 56 and 60. 60. Oh, and then you want another fist as well. We'll pop and grab a 3 p.m. cup of tea in a moment. I've got no biscuits. How terrible is that? It's we're in a depression. 48 and 53. 46 and 47. Oh, these look fun. I might as well take these out. You only get it looks like a loyalist sort of chest plate. Maybe you'll get a different one for the set that's coming out. Five. Yeah, it didn't look like that. I would like to know how Space Marines get into these. Or is this Saturnine Dreadnought just like a sarcophagus then? Probably, isn't it? Oh, thank you. Thanks, Reverend. I'll read a few more of your Eisenhorn. Yeah. I don't know, Maxim. How much is a VPN? Like £3 a month or something? Oh, Coursewayne. Yeah. Is there a Coursewayne novel? What's the highest AP a weapon had? 5, 6. I think you're talking about 40k, aren't you? We're talking about heresy, Revan. The highest AP is 1, isn't it? Like the I think the Arachnus Heavy Las is AP 1, and I think some of the Titan weapons are. Oh, okay. Dark Angels have both types of weapons in great quantity, so lore accurate. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, can you imagine a Titan with... Look, I'm getting too excited. Titan-wise, I really want the Psi Titan. Like, a Psi Warlord Titan, please, for Ordo Sinister. It'd be really easy to do. They've got the Warlord Titan legs and the body and everything. All they have to do is make a Sinistre Tenebrae cannon thing. The top psychic void shield thing and a different head. That's all they need to do. They don't need to make a fancy left arm or right arm, like a claw or anything. They've already got a claw. I've got one for Adeptus Titanicus. So, yeah, I just wish that they would just create new weapons, but they don't seem to be doing anything big with Forge World. And here's me saying this, and then like in an hour on the preview, it's going to be a Resin War Master Titan. Yeah, okay. I can eat my words. 2 and 1. No, I think one of the main reasons is because Will Hayes, who is an absolute genius, I've met him. It's a really nice bloke. He's been busy converting all the resin minis and things into plastic. You know, the full Mechanicum range, which has been incredible. I've really enjoyed what they've been pumping out for Mechanicum in plastic. They haven't had a miss. Well, I'd say the actual Archmagos, other than him, everything else has been a hit. I would say, especially the Triaros and the Karagnos. The Thanatars have been fantastic. The Castellax have been good. Even the Tech Thralls were decent. Right, we've got a number of heads here. So this Saturnine Praetor has 4 different heads. No helmetless option. I bet it would just be like a skull or something, wouldn't it? Right, which one will I go for? I might go for the fancy one. Oh, that one with the flames on the top. It's pretty good. Right, we're not going for the spiky one. That one looks quite funky. Which one did they go for? For this Praetor, they went for the flame one. Oh man, I'm going for the hammer. So I'll go for the flame one, just in case I ever do salamanders. I mean, this is the thing right now. I've got, you know, Dark Angels, Raven Guard, my third loyalist. Well, I mean, Primarch wise, I've got Sanguinius and I've got the Khan. So I could go down those routes. Either Blood Angels or White Scars, but I'm kind of leaning more towards Imperial Fists and Salamanders. This is a thing. I'm holding out for that third Legion because I've got a lot of Praetors, haven't I, for the Legions? But anyway, I'm blabbing on. They can be spare parts along with the axe is over there anyway, isn't it? Right, I'm just going to pop and get a cup of tea, and yes. All right, so we've got 2 of those. Yeah. Have a similar size. Flow, yeah, they have them for that's the model I've got. Is the little Adeptus Titanicus Psi Titan, Psi Warlord Titan, but I'm talking like a big one, like full size. That's what I want them to release. And they can easily do it because they've got the Adeptus Titanicus one. So yeah. And my letters have just fallen off my sign. So there's the K and the N. They're not glued in, you see, so they just... yeah, it is tea time. I'm just going to get a cup of tea, yeah. And then we'll carry on, and then I will go and get some dinner. Okay. Right, so... Alright, can you see that in there? Yeah, you can, yeah. Right, I will be spared no expense. I will be back in a moment with a cup of tea. I'll just read your question, Flo. Thank you. What's your favourite Titan? That's a really good question as well. I can't leave that on the cliffhanger. My favourite Titan looks wise is the Warhound Titan. But build wise, I'd probably say the Warlord Titan, yeah. But the thing is, there's only like 4, isn't there? So not a massive choice at the moment. I just hope they don't do the Wolf Scout Warhound Titan thing. I that would just be. I'm not a big fan of that. That's my least favourite. I actually hate that Titan. Anyway, I'll be back in a sec. Okay, I am back. Got the cup of tea. Right. Oh, thank you. Barry's or Yorkshire tea? I've got some Twinings at the moment. But I do like Yorkshire, yeah. Had Thai recently, which wasn't too bad. My wish list for 11th edition orcs. A Forge World resin gargant. That's what I'd like. Or just a different variant of the Stomper. Just with like an extra sprue with a different weapon or something. Like some kind of claw and some kind of energy weapon. I know, this is a thing. So many people over the years have said, oh, you've got you know, you've got really fat fingers and fat hands. You're really fat. Yeah, okay. Have you ever just thought that maybe I've got like quite strong fingers and yeah. Anyway. I love how people can like tell your whole body makeup just from your hands and your fingers. I mean, I would love that skill. I really would. Quite a useless skill, probably. Oh yeah, the gun show is extra. There's a ticket show. Yeah. It's top tier members only. Strength wise, I'd probably say, right, probably an 8, maybe a 9. I'm not gonna say they're like a 10 or a 12 or anything like that, but probably it's either a solid 8, maybe a 9. Armor penetration, we'll go 4+, but breaching. So because they're long, they're quite long. So anyway, enough about my guns. Let's continue with this. So we are just going to do his. We're going to do his guns. We're going to do his fists and his arms, I think. Thank you for waiting while I just had a little nibble of some bread, like a duck. Do you remember that? You remember like going to the park and things and feeding ducks bread? It's like, oh, you shouldn't feed them bread. Nothing ever happened to them. But does anyone remember like doing that? Like just going to the park and just throwing your old bread in the pond for ducks? Was that just me? Was that my childhood? My free entertainment was watching ducks eat old bread. Okay. No. I had an incredible childhood. So. Oh. The reason why you asked about tea was you ran a Rogue Trader game once and the players found a chest with a mark of Malcador. Inside was a half box of Barry's tea. Oh, wow. Okay, now it's just canon. All right. What, that Malcador had tea? Oh, can you imagine that? I don't know. The thing is, I don't know if it would be that boring to live for that long as Malcador lived for. He lived for so long, didn't he? And the amount of tea he must have had and coffee, or Recaf. See, I am a nerd. That they would have drunk. They definitely have tea in the 30k universe and the 40k universe. I know they have recaf, but they of course they're going to have tea and different coffees and all those kind of things. It's not just one drink. Like their wine is like, is it Amazak? It's a word I can never pronounce, but Dan Abnett loves putting it in all his novels. Yeah, Malcador. Where's Malcador's book? You know, we've got a Valdor book. Where's Malcador's novel? That would be a good read. Oh, it's canon for 7 people. That's fair enough. Just think that Malcador could have had his own brand of tea. Malcador brew. Replenishes like your psychic energy or something. Or maybe it awakens it. You know, the chances of psychers in the lore, it used to be 1 in a billion, didn't it? I'm guessing that number just rose and rose and rose. And now they're more common than ever. It's the next evolutionary step for mankind. I've never heard of that. Why don't you get a glass mat with silicon mat underneath? A glass mat? For what? What, for modelling? Oh, I don't know about you, Revan, but the thought of metal scraping on glass. That sends shivers down my spine just thinking of the noise that makes. I don't know, I've always had a plastic cutting mat, or whatever you want to call it. I've had this one for a few years now, but you can see where I spilt the Tamiya, and then you spill the Tamiya and then you wipe it up and then it just deletes your cutting mat. But still, I'd rather use this side than the other side because, yeah, it might happen on the other side, and I don't mind getting this side messy. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there with his arms and his head, and been an enjoyable build this Saturnine Praetor. They're clearly going to release him separately, but I want to know how they're going to do it, because you know the box is going to have to be this big for the box for him, which is fine. I mean, that's going to justify his 36 or 40 pound price point. I think he's going to be over 30 quid, isn't he? This fella. I would say 34 pound maximum. Malcador book would start with the Emperor burnt by my church down. I didn't think we could be friends. I don't know. It might start off quite ambiguous, like you know, they say some humans can remember brief glimpses of their time in the womb. Well, I can recall every second of it, or something like that. It's like I could feel the presence of others long before I met them, and I started planning like hundreds of years ago. I mean, there's so many. He is a very interesting character. I think he definitely deserves his own book. You know, whenever I'm sat somewhere and then I get up and then someone sits in my seat, I always say, well, thanks for keeping it warm for me when I come back. But Malcador is like the OG of keeping your seat warm, isn't he? I mean, there's being in a hot seat, and then there's being in a hot seat, and yeah, he fair play to him. I mean, MVP. I mean, I think even Vulcan got a little bit hot under the collar, didn't he? In that game of musical chairs. Glass mat. Nah, I'm not doing. I'm not interested in glass mats, glass files. They're just more things for me to cut my fingers on. And yeah, if I missed or cut a piece of miniature on a glass surface and it made that noise, that's it. I'm done for the day. It would oversensitize me, I think. What 11th edition Space Marines do you want? New Tactical, new Rhinos, or new Predator? Well, we kind of got a new Predator. It's called the Gladiator. New Tacticals are, well, just intercessors. I don't know whether we would get a combination of different weapons. They kind of did their missile launchers with those Primaris with the Nerf gun type things. I always forgot what they're called. Desolators or something? I don't know. Rhinos, well, we've got the repressors, haven't we? Suppressors? I can't remember. No, impulsors, repulsors. Yeah, they are the impulsors. I don't know if we'll get new Rhino. Like, I don't know. They seem to be all about. I think jet bikes though. I think gravitic plated jet bikes. We've seen the White Scars one. It's only a matter of time before we get those. Maybe we'll get like an attack bike version, which will completely get rid of the silly Mario Kart attack bike. That'll be the end of that when gravitic plate one comes out. Some kind of big gravitic Land Raider. I don't even know if that's possible. Some kind of transport that's bigger than the repulsor. Grav bikes, yeah. Grav bikes, definitely. I really like the White Scars one. I think that's the best mini out of the new ones. The Raven Guard one is quite cool. I was close to buying the Black Templars Execrator. still want to say Execrator, but Execrator. I was close to buying him yesterday, but I didn't. I wanted to wait and see what was up for pre-order today in like an hour and 50 minutes or so. I'll probably be offline at that point, but I will be back to finish this this Praetor off. I mean, that's if I haven't already built him. Kind of only got 2 pages left, and it's just the weapons really. I'm getting kind of Leagues of Votan vibes with is it Votan? With this back panel armor and the this bit, it's just getting those kind of vibes. Just get the Hellblade first. Yes, the Fellblade even, yeah. A character Dreadnought, yeah. Apothecary Dreadnought, interesting. Interesting to have an Apothecary Dreadnought when, like, apothecaries need to be quite quick, quite I'd like to say stealthy and unobtrusive, but then again they walk around with bright white armor, which I don't think stays white for very long, and they have to be intricate with their tools to remove gene seed and things. Like, I mean, I guess an Apothecary Dreadnought that goes around stim packing everyone. Character Dreadnought would be good though, yeah. Malcador sat on the Golden Throne, discovered the last cushion. Dimitri, managed to catch your stream while on break. What do you think of the new books? My local store, order a couple. I was on the fence about picking one up. Well, it depends how much you like the Saturnine stuff, like the Dreadnought and the Terminators, and if you'd like Crusade armor. Then if you like those things, then yeah, it's worth picking it up. But try and get it for a maximum discount. It's selling at like cost price in lots of places, like 35% off. Like, so if you can pick it up for like £125, I think someone said earlier, then yeah, definitely, by all means, because the rule book's like 44, so you 80 quid, you're getting all the minis, which I think is definitely worth it. Well, the hardest bit for me in this set, out of everything, is trying to decide what weapons to equip the Terminators with. And the decision is going to be even more difficult because the rules aren't in here for them. Not all of them. It's just got the rules for the Saturnine Cannon and the Fist. The cannon's nice, and when you hear the word cannon, you think, whoa, yeah, cool. You've got a big cannon. But it's a 12-inch cannon. I mean, that sounds good, but it also doesn't. It's a cannon with the same range as a pistol. Okay. It kind of reminds me of those little like metal cannons that you can buy that you put some gunpowder in and they just fire like pellets or something. That's what it reminds me of. Anyway, we are on the gluing stage of his cuddly fists. Have I gone the wrong way with this? To me, this feels like I've gone the wrong way. Oh no, it's the right way. Do I think it's a better set than the first box set? No, but only just. I like it that it's got the same number of minis, but the Land Raider Spartan in that set was so good. However, pinch of salt, you got the old Cataphracti Terminators. The Praetors are very meh, no options other than the different heads. Same weapon, base weapons. I say the OG weapons for them. The Mark Sixes are good, but that's about it. Oh, and the Contemptor is missing, isn't it? Let's face it, it's missing. Missing some weapons, missing a sprue. But still, it's nice to get a good Contemptor Dreadnought. I remember when that was showcased, and yeah, it's a good Dreadnought despite it missing some things. Whereas this set, everything's new. Nothing is old. That quad cannon, Arachne, yeah, it's a bit redundant, and but this set kind of lends into that narrative of it's an ambush. So you would have one of those support platforms. So I'm just trying to work out how this works. Well, that was fantastic. Thank you. I really appreciate you you leaving me there. There we go. Oh, wow. Yeah, we'll get the fell blade definitely. Oh, you get having a break as well. What paint do you plan to use? What paint do you plan to use? I'm not sure. Like, I haven't decided whether I'll go for Salamanders or Dark Angels, but I think I'll probably lean more towards Dark Angels. But we'll see. Like, I don't think this particular Praetor. I think I probably will get another Saturnine Praetor. Probably. And he'll have the big axe thing. And he would look great as well, he would. Would he really work with Death Guard though? I don't think he would. I think the axe one would look great with World Eaters, and the hammer clearly works well with Salamanders. But I also think the axe could work with Dark Angels. I mean, the axe works well with Word Bearers too, and the hammer works well with Iron Warriors. But anyway, I'm a bit sidetracked. Let us. Right. So they want you to glue that. So that's the tension. So you have to glue it onto that piece. It needs to go onto the furthest notch. Well, I hope you're all having a fantastic Sunday. Whatever you're up to, if you're hobbying, if you're playing games while listening to me. Oh, that fits on quite well. I like the layered approach to these. Quite cool. So here's the other one. And then this one needs to go a larger block. And this, like so. Yeah, I think I did it the different way around then. I put one arm first and then not the other. It's alright, I fixed it. I should have been able to tell from the thumbs which way the thumbs were pointing. But yeah, I kind of built this one first, and that should have been the second one. Not a big fan of these gaps though in the joins of the fists. They're too thick though for me to cover up or do anything with. Like they're on this one as well, look. It's just part of the armour. But it just looks a bit, well, kind of unfinished. What do you think with Games Workshop going with the emo theme for the Raven Guard? I mean, I think that's just part of Raven Guard. I don't really like take much notice what colour or kind of what hair or race or you know what I mean. Like I don't really take much notice. I think for me, they've always been described like that in like the lore and the books, a bit like salamanders. have been described with like red eyes and very dark skin, because of is it Vulcan? Is it the what's the home world? I can't remember. I would have thought it's Vulcan, isn't it? Anyway, likewise, Blood Angels, the way that they've been described, or even Night Lords or Word Bearers, like Thousand Sons, the way that they're described with all the tattoos and you know, the hair or lack of hair and the colouring. I mean, you know, for me, it's just they've always been described like that. For Ravengard being kind of like really fair skin, pale skin, typically jet black hair. I mean, the thing is, you know, the legions are normally like based off of their blueprint, which is their Primarch. So you would automatically think that whatever their Primarch kind of looks like, they're going to have some features. The only time when that's not really applicable is when they haven't been drawn from that gene pool, or recruits, like if they've gone to different worlds. But again, even that is a bit different, because the recruits are normally taken from worlds within that system. Like Ultramarines, a great example of that. They're taken from the Ultramar system. So they would share some characteristics. Yeah, no, I don't really tend to take much notice of it. It's just one of those things in my eyes. For as long as I can remember, probably at least 20 years, 25, 30 years, they've been described as that. The rules for the plasma bombards aren't that good if you care. Oh, thanks, Nick. Yeah, no, I don't have any of the rules, really. But thank you for telling me. I was asking people earlier if I should buy the new rules, like the Liber books. And I kind of think the consensus was that I should. But there's a little bit of a gap there in the armour. That's a chink that we can exploit. Am I going to paint them or spray paint? Oh, I would undercoat them and then hand paint them, yeah. I went with the disintegrators and fists with the extra weapons. Okay, cool. You say the plasma bombards. Do you mean the plasma cannons? The Saturnine cannons? I think that's probably what you meant. I keep calling it like plasma bombard and stuff, but yeah. I don't think I'll build the Terminators until I get the rules for them, though. And let's face it, the rules can probably come in like a day, can't they? If I just order the rules. They're probably on the internet as well for free, aren't they? Right now. Could probably have a little look later. Right, so they want you to put this on this, and then the back part. So that just sits on top quite snugly. And then this crazy looking thing will just go in all those holes. So that just fits there, like so. And then I think, where does this go on the top? And then there's a couple of pieces that I need to take off. These number 9 and 10, there they are. 9 and 10. The Saturnine look incredible. You've seen there's a few customization options for the Dread. There are a few customization options for the Dread. Yeah, there are. Looks great. Looking forward to it. Yeah, but I don't think it's a deal breaker with the extra weapons not being in there. I definitely not as bad as the Contemptor in the first box set. You know, and one of the reasons is because they've showcased this, the second coming of the Saturnine Dreadnought with the close quarters kind of range weapons. I think they're more close quarters. I think this one will still be more popular, you know, with that heavy disintegrator cannon or whatever it's called. Yeah, the one thing that's putting me off getting the Knights and Titans army book is is the stupid like armor values for like, oh, your head or your one leg or the other leg. It's so stupid, and it just takes longer. Just give us the hull points, give us your toughness, you know, give us your void shields. It's bad enough that it's got armor values and void shields to remember and different saves. Now it's got different parts of the of its makeup. I nearly said body. I guess you could call it body. You know, if they're calling things head and arms and legs, then yeah, why not? So that sits on top of there, and then you could magnetize for all you magnet freaks out there. You could magnetize the head if you really wanted to. I'm not going to put the head in or glue it yet until I have built the rest of it. That goes on there. But the head is there ready and waiting. Now, we're on to the sort of last pages. What are we going for here? I think, oops, calm down you. I think we'll go for 28. Oh, I don't know. They both look... I don't know. You got skulls there. Would the skulls work better with Dark Angels? No, I think the skulls would work better with the axe, so we're going to keep with the standard and have this collar that we're going to have to put on after the head. Oh, I've got different curtain ropes, as I like to call them. These are on here, aren't they? Yeah. I'm going to go for the plain one, not the chain. I don't even think I'd go for the chain for the second one. The thing is, they could have just given you this Praetor ×2 in this set, and they would still look quite different. 30 and 31. Oh, I might go for this fancy icon. Yeah, I'll go for the fancy one. Why would you have this lens one? I think this lens is mainly for like Sons of Horus, because you could paint an eye in there, couldn't you? And then you've got the hammer itself, which I've got part of so far. And oh, you got two different hammer options. Oh, okay. I'm gonna fluff that up. Whoops. So we've got this head option, or we've got the flat head. What do you think, guys? What should we go for? Oh, I like this one. This one's cool because it's like you're putting a stamp in someone. Oh, I can't make my mind up. But it's they've both got spikes on the edge. Oh, that's really thrown me there. I don't know. I'll go for the flathead. Call me boring. Call me boring. I don't know. I like stamping people with a skull though. Am I planning to get combat patrol spearhead in the future? Not really. Speaking of Raven Guard, Dante would be envious of Kavan. Yeah, that's a good point. So the rules in the pamphlet are not the rules in the game. They're just simplified for playing a quick game. That's right, Nick. Yeah, you don't get... It's... They've done this before, so this isn't the first time. But yeah, the rules that you get are just the rules for those models there. And even then, it's not for your options. So even though they show the Saturnine Terminators with disintegrator weapons, the rules themselves in this just show Saturnine Cannon and Saturnine Fist. So they don't show you it with the disintegrator. Because it says veteran here, either combat blade and either disintegrator or heavy disintegrator. So yeah, they only have specific weapons. They don't have the full... well, they've got these profiles, but that's it. It's very, very simple. You know, you don't get any rules for the Arachne, which is just diabolical, really. But yeah, look, you've got your veteran squad with the disintegrators. You've got your Mark II with just the bolt guns, the Centurion, the Praetor, and the two sets of Terminators. But you don't get any rules for the Dreadnought. You don't get any rules for the Arachne. So you're going to have to spend another 40 quid to get those rules, which is, yeah. Anyway, moving back on the hammer. What did I decide to go for? Oh yeah, see you later, Dimitri. Have a good one. Oh, see you later, Flo. Bye. Wait. Is the Saturnine Praetor simple to build? I saw it had like 60 to 70 parts. yeah, it's been quite simple to build. How many parts has it got? 76, 77. It's got precisely 77 parts, but some of them are options. Like you've got different like cloth, you've got 3 different heads, you've got different medals, I want to call them, or what's the word, filigree. You know what I mean. You got different shoulder pauldrons. So there are lots of options, different melee weapon options. So those 77 parts, it's not the full thing. And I'm going to be basic and just go for a basic hammer with a flat. Although I really do like this hammer, this end of the hammer head for this one. Yeah, I'll go for a flat hammer. Right, so that's those parts. Oh, we got 51, 52 small pieces. There's 52. Are these the... This is the part of the hand, isn't it? 52. And I saw 51. There it is. So they go with the hammer. Keep those pieces close. And then we've got the plasma blaster. Nice to see that have a comeback, although I would have preferred a disintegrator or something. So what's this 72 piece? Oh, option 2. Oh, option 2 would just be the axe. So you can have, yeah, option 2. Okay, so that's just for 72. So yeah, sometimes there's like duplicate parts for different poses. But we need this piece here for the plasma. And then a number of extra pieces and cabling and all those kind of things. So 22. So this is like the last part of the build here. So 22, 21, 23. So 19, 18 and 17. Oh, okay. So 2 different pauldrons then. Yeah, we'll go for the fancy ones. 25 and 27, by the way. 25 and 27. These 2 do not go on the back. These are the optional front ones. I probably will have the fancy ones for the Dark Angels Praetor too, you know. So we didn't use this outstretched hand, and that is the end of that sprue, I think. Yeah, wow. Yeah, 77 parts for a Praetor and 30 parts was it over 30? Can't remember, I threw it in a bin. For the Centurion. It's quite good. 62. How long are we at the moment? We're almost at 3 hours live streaming. Wow. We are smashing this today. I will stop at 3 hours. That's like my... Well, I'll tell you what. I'll stop at... I'll stop at 5 o'clock, yeah. Go grab some food. But then I'll be back. I did say I'll have quite a few live streams. So I'll be back probably 6, half 6 to carry on with this, and then we'll start on the Dreadnought. Yeah, this is the new range ruler thing, look. Look at this. I don't know how accurate that actually is, but yeah, give us back the whippy sticks, right? I mean, it's just 2012 they brought this out from, so 13 years ago they had this thing. Can anyone remember what set it was in? Oh well. Will Horus Heresy get its own Getting Started book? I'm not sure. Wonder if any of the resin Mark 6 for helmet upgrades fit the helmet area for the Saturnine. That's a good question. I could try. Since we are late of July, what will be channel's focus for the rest of 2025? Well, Horus Heresy definitely for the next, month or two. I might do a few more re-reviews. I might do some Titan re-reviews with the new rules, just to compare them to the old rules, maybe. Yeah, it's going to be quite Horus Heresy heavy. There might be some 40k stuff. Yeah, I don't know what I would pick up for 40k. Like, I do like the White Scars new character, but I don't collect White Scars. Lysander is a must for me. It just is, because I've got the old Lysander, the one from many years ago. He's all in metal. Right. So we can't really do anything with the head yet, but we can put the legs and the arms on. Oh yes, to cut the holes out for the plasma blast or not, that is the question. I probably think I could get away with it. Pick you a kill team to build and paint. Can you pick up the Tyrannid one, please? I'd like your thoughts and opinions on that. The new one looks good though. I like the Death Watch. I think the Necrons are very meh though. I'm not feeling it for them. I think the Tyrannid Raveners were better models, even though they were a bit all over the place, weren't they? Yeah, I wasn't. I in terms of variety, like very colourful. I don't know whether they're meant to be that colourful, but you don't see that many colourful Tyranids. That's the thing. It's quite rare. There's no need for them to be. I mean, what's the kind of evolutionary reason behind that? I mean, I understand it from like a, from our creatures on our planet, but they're a little bit different, aren't they? There's no need for them to be brightly coloured in areas to warn off predators and stuff. They are the predators, yeah. Just seemed a bit odd. The colouring that they used. If I had those new Tyranids, I'd dial it down. I'd make them a bit more boring. Nice to get some new Raveners though, because the old set was very old. It was they didn't even make them in plastic, did they? They were still in fine cast. Yeah, you got a choice between the Tyranid one or the Deathwatch one. I just like the new Deathwatch Space Marines. They look good. Sally Lightfoot. You saw Ravenous review 14 years ago. No way. Is that when I did the review? Or you just happened to see one? I don't think I've reviewed them, have I? I don't think I've got any Ravenous. Right, I think we're almost there. What I will do is I will be back, as I say. Yeah, we're coming up to that point now. I need to go get some food, live streaming for 3 hours. But I'll be back probably 6:30, I'd say. Be on for a few more hours then. So quite a long set of streams today. I'll try and get the Centurion review out tomorrow, but if I'm going to stream for another 3 hours from say 6:30 till 9:30, yeah, and then I'm at work tomorrow, so yeah. If it's not going to come out tomorrow, I'll live stream in the evening. I did say that I'd be live streaming a fair bit with this this new Horus Heresy release. The bright colours help the hive mind track troop movements. That is an entirely made up reason, because they all have the sort of psychic link, don't they? In a way, it's the synapse. So surely they just know where everything is all the time. But yeah, and then if they're a little bit away from like a synapse creature, then they just kind of go on auto. Automatic mode. I don't know whether I can get away with drilling out the holes for this plasma. No, I don't think I can. I need a 0.5. Games Workshop know that I need a 0.5mm drill bit. That's why they're not going to allow me to drill these. Oh, you see, it's just on the border that I could just about get away with it. Just go for it, super. Okay. Mistakes were made. Well, it's about as straight as I can get. That will have to do. Sort of wonky barrels. Reminds me of those fish with the googly eyes. Not me, these barrels. Right. We are gonna call it there, I think. We'll just glue a few things onto him though, like his arms. Which I have no idea of how they attach whatsoever. Oh, his arms are here. Oh wow, so they're full motion arms. Great. Or are they up there? Hang on, what? I am confused now. No, they do go here. That is his arms. Where that arrow's pointing to is like right at the... The arrows are pointing to the wrong place. They're pointing to there instead of there. His arms. It's basically a lictor. Okay. You know what? I might just put his legs on first because his legs aren't going to move. And they do have like a plug and socket system, sort of. Well, a very terrible one. Okay, no, that's not too bad. I'm so getting leaks of Votan feels from this. Oh, where's his base? I haven't even given his base any attention. Sure, it's fine. Oh, no, this is going to bite me in the bum now. Not putting this thing on first. I'm totally going to drop this piece. Okay. Not as bad as I thought. Right. That just fits in there. Good, good, good. Wasn't too difficult. Can you get away with not putting this on? Yeah, you don't have to put this thing on. You can choose not to. It doesn't look odd if you don't have it on either, so yeah. It's optional. Alright, now we can pop this thing on. Again, this is optional too. You don't have to put this on. Purely optional. I'm gonna clean up the hammer and the plasma blaster. Before I put the arms on, because the arms, they don't have a plug and socket, so you can move the arms wherever you like. However, what I will say is the plasma blaster has a coupling to the armor, like some cabling at the back, and you want to make sure that that connects at the right length. Which I'm not quite sure how that does it. Oh, it's on the bottom of it. Okay, so it would be there. Yeah, there, bang on. Right, so yeah, it just kind of connects through that little cable thing. Yeah, it's bizarre that it connects through the cable, but yet they've left it connected, if you know what I mean. Like, there's nothing missing there. So putting that over it doesn't do anything. That's all right. Well, it is what it is. And then they give him not a huge cape, but they give him this as well. It goes on the back. Like a dual cape thing. Right, just got to remember we've still got to do his head. But that's how big he kind of is. We are getting there, everyone. We are getting there. His hammer is going to be blimmin' huge, though. So he is a fair bit taller than the Centurion. Is he taller than Lorgar? It's hard to say because they're both on sort of tactical rocks, but I would say he's close. He's almost eye level with Lorgar. They were packed in 3, now in 5. What are you talking about? The Raveners? Are they packed in 5? Have they released them separately yet? I can't imagine Games Workshop releasing them in 5. Oh no, his axe. Sorry, Logar. Sorry, old bean. There we go. Right, I'm gonna go. It's just past 5 o'clock now, so I've gone past that. But I will now go and grab some food, make some dinner, and yeah. Sorry to leave it there. Partway through the old build, but I still have probably half an hour at least of tidying up and build to go before I finish the Saturnine Praetor. But I will be back probably about 6:30 now, just to finish him, and then we'll skip ahead past all these boring Mark IIs, and we'll go straight on to the Big Daddy himself, the Saturnine Dreadnought, and we'll see how much we can build. I've got a good feeling that we can build all of the legs and the hips in those next 3 hours, and potentially get onto the weapons. And if we can build the hips and the legs, then I can give you a real-time sort of size comparison with the Telemon. But you know, I'm not beating around the bush here. This Saturnine Dreadnought is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. It's 12 pages. It's the biggest kit in this set for the number of stages. The Arachne support platform, quad accelerator platform, is only 4 pages, so it's 3 times the probably builds 3 times slower the build than the Arachne. So yeah, I will be back a little bit later. We'll finish this Praetor, and then we'll move on to the Dreadnought. So thank you everyone for joining me. Sorry it's a bit late, you know, but I was up until 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, getting those videos out for the unboxing and the rule book. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed them, and I'll be back a little bit later on. Thank you for joining. Thanks Krieg and Maxim. Thank you everyone for all your questions. I'll be back in an hour or 2. Thank you for watching. The Emperor protects.